everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it is me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Uncle Rico, also known as Eric, surviving tornadoes like a badass. What is up, my man?
Nothing much, man. Just survived. Just another day in the life, dude. Just another day in the life.
Surviving natural disasters and cashing tickets. That's what old Uncle Rico is about. And as always, Spring Fever is brought to you by Royal Retros. Use promo code Spring Fever for 10% off everything in the store. Go to Royal Retros, your one-stop shop for all your classic football, hockey, baseball, basketball. They got all your old teams that don't even exist anymore, teams that still exist. I believe I saw them last week or the week prior. They were doing a whole bunch of Birmingham Stallions merch.
Correct. I bought some Detroit Drive from the Arena League. I brought some Oakland Oats, old school ABL basketball team. They got some stuff going on there.
They got some good stuff. They got some very good stuff. And that actually leads us into our first topic, Eric. USFL news. Daryl Johnston, old Moose Johnston, was talking a little bit about a potential partnership between the NFL and the USFL, where it seems as though the NFL could potentially have someone on a roster play in the USFL, but have that NFL team retain all of the rights to that player. So normally when they drop down to these leagues, they're all just free agents and everything.
Correct.
That would not be the case with this partnership.
I think it's a good thing because anytime you can piggyback yourself to the NFL, I think it's great just because it's going to draw stuff in. You know what I mean? Like anytime, like if the NFL partners with the league, USFL, XFL, whatever, that's going to be the league. That's going to be the number one league, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, but it also worries me a little bit because the one thing I don't want is for these leagues to just become farm leagues.
Why is that?
Because I feel like that's less entertaining.
Okay. All right.
I feel like that's vastly less entertaining. And I feel like if the NFL does make them have like a whole farm league thing, that kind of like it'll eventually turn into the NFL just getting their hand more and more in the cookie jar. And then all of a sudden, no more fun, unique rules. The only thing that's the same is like the names of the teams, and that's it. And then you just get recycled NFL players. You just get players that are on rosters. And then, I don't know. There's positives to it as well, if that's what happens, because there's a potential that if these players are coming from NFL rosters, maybe the NFL would like subsidize their salary because they're still getting paid by the NFL team. Because the NFL team still has to pay them no matter what if they're on contract. So if they're getting paid by the NFL or by their team, maybe that subsidizes the USFL to allow them to maybe pay other players more and offer like larger contracts to those players.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything's just skeptical right now. Like everything's just like
I just
in the air.
Like this. I like the USFL. I like the XFL.
Oh, I love them both.
Now, I want them both to continue going on, but I truly feel that in order for spring ball to be successful, have it be one league, two leagues, whatever, you need to have some sort of tie to the NFL.
I don't know if you need to. I feel like if you could show that you're putting players in there, like if players are going from your league to the NFL, I don't know if you necessarily have to have like a full-on partnership or be under the thumb of.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, I think it plays, but I think you need that partnership.
My only worry is these leagues turning into like farm leagues. That ruins a lot of the entertainment factor for me.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially ruins the uniqueness. That's the only worry I have, but it could be really cool. I'm still looking. It's still really cool for the league. It's great for the players, and it's something that we have to keep an eye on for the off season.
Mm-hmm.
I know the NFL and XFL have like a handshake thing going on. Speaking of which, we can talk the XFL too. They did announce an indoor football league combine, so players in the indoor football league have like a special opportunity and chance to play in the XFL. which is pretty cool.
I like that. It gives those guys a chance to move up, get showcased a little bit more. I like that a lot.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that move. Otherwise, Brandon Aubrey, I believe, did get picked up. Forget which team grabbed him. I think Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys grabbed Brandon Aubrey, kicker of the Birmingham Stallions, who literally he was a soccer player at Notre Dame, kicked in the USFL for the first time last year. After this year, he's now making millions of dollars on the Cowboys.
Which is mind-boggling to me, but good for him.
Great for him. Great for him. They still have a Maher, but it's Brett Maher. So give Aubrey the shot.
Yeah.
Also, USFL related, McLeod Bethel Thompson no longer listed as a New Orleans Breaker. So I've seen people throwing out theories. Maybe he's retired. Maybe he's going back to the CFL. I mean, there's rumors of a certain team that we'll get into in a little bit that could use a quarterback, much to Eric's dismay.
Hey, you know what, dude? We'll get into that team because I was fuming at the mouth.
Oh, yes. As was I. Other than that, I think in a couple weeks, once the NFL camps and everything are all rostered up and we see who all from the XFL and USFL is on, I think we'll just do a big grand breakdown of all the players that got camp invites. And then the other big update we'll do with that is all the players that made a roster this year. I think those are our next big player movement updates that are coming.
Sounds good, my friend.
It'll be something to keep an eye on too. So let's move on to the league up north, the CFL, game by game. Week 5 already under the books, Eric. We've already had 5 weeks of CFL. Can you believe it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I'm glad I only took Edmonton plus the points.
Because
if I would have took that buddy line with how they lost that game, I would have been livid.
So let's get into this. This game was garbage. This game was trash, as every Edmonton game has, and we believe Saskatchewan couldn't cover with margin. The Rough Riders win at 12-11. The way the Rough Riders win this, for those of you who don't know, the CFL has a special rule called the Rouge. They don't have fair catch rules. So a player for Edmonton with about 2.5 minutes left to go in the game, you're tied at 11. You take it in your own end zone and you kneel it out. Now, in any other league, that's a touchback. But not the CFL, baby. You get rouged. It's a point. I don't know what he was thinking doing that.
Neither do I. It's just a brain fart. Hopefully he'll learn from it, move on. I mean, if there was a game that Edmonton could have won, it was that one. They're in position to actually do something. But it's the Elks, dude. They just find ways to lose, man.
They really do find ways to lose. I mean, Taylor Cornelius was all right, 17 for 29. He wasn't great. Neither quarterback was great. Neither team was great. But Edmonton was just worse. Edmonton just finds ways to lose. They find new and fun ways to lose. Game number 2, baby. Calgary Stampeders, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The Bombers win this one 24-11. We predicted a bounce back spot for the Bombers here.
Bounce back, covered with ease. Never really close.
No, this is just a classic defensive just beat down. They just did it done. Again, Calgary's kind of like a mid-level team. They're fine, but they're not going to beat the Winnipegs, the Lions. I don't even know if I'd pick them against the Alouettes. I'd put them roughly at that 4 spot in this league.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Winnipeg solid. There's just a solid dub. Eric, the Ottawa Red Blacks, the Hamilton Ticats. The Ticats win at 21. They win it 21-13.
I feel bad for Mazzoli. I really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jeremiah Mazzoli, what was it? First quarter, he gets knocked out with a season-ending injury.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for him. And I never listened to the game, but I had for whatever reason, I think I was I needed sound on and I was listening to the game. these announcers were making Crumb sound like the second coming of Steve Young. Do we not see the turnovers that cost him the game? Like that guy, Crumb, is not it, man. He is not it. Those guys were trying, the announcers were trying to make him something. I know it was his first game starting, but simple, basic turnovers that cost your game, that cost your team the game, not it. At the end of the game, trying to think he's steaming Willie Beeman and scoring a touchdown in that quarterback scramble. That's not it. He had that one good RPO. Sweet. That was awesome. He's not it. Maybe that's the team you were teasing about making a certain signing.
It was. I think Crumb could be something. I don't know, man. He was good at Kent State. He was really good at Kent State.
That's fine, man.
I don't know. I think he's just not ready.
Hamilton ain't Kent State, brother.
No, he's not. I think he's like, I think he's raw. And I think if he has like a little bit of time, he could be good. But I just don't think he's there now.
Can I just be honest?
Be honest.
You can't teach awareness.
That's fair. I'm worried about him. It's the same. I have the same thing with Crumb. It's a little bit same that I have with like Cole McDonald. I'm still in love with the guy. I don't really think either of these teams are good. I think without Masoli, Ottawa is the second worst team in the league.
Oh, by far, yeah.
They're not worse than Edmonton, so don't worry about that. No one is worse than Edmonton.
Edmonton takes the cake, so
they are so bad. In relation to the rest of their league, I think they're the worst they're the worst non-NFL football team of the year so far.
I agree with that piece of statement, my friend.
Last game, Montreal Alouettes, BC Lions. The Lions win at 35-19. Classic Lions win. They're the cream of the crop. They're the team of the fucking league. Huge bounce back for the Lions. Huge bounce back spot.
Huge bounce back. Unfortunately, did you end up taking? I couldn't find the interception prop. They never posted it.
I didn't see an interception prop.
And I'm gonna say this, dude. I fucking hate how the CFL posts stats.
It's not great.
So he had
one interception.
297, 291 yards. Okay.
Are you talking about Fajardo or are you talking about
BC.
Adams? Vernon Adams went 21 for 26, 291, one touchdown, one INT.
I don't know, man. I just hate the way that some of these guys post stats to their page. Yeah, I should have took some of those overs, dude, with him, but I didn't. Is what it is. Live and learn, my friend. Live and learn.
Live and learn. Let's look ahead, Eric, to week 6 of the CFL this weekend. We have a game tomorrow, Thursday. Ticats Elks, baby, in Edmonton. So you know the Elks are losing this one. They've lost 18 home games in a row, Eric. 18
Line's moving, dude. Line was at 2. I'm seeing ones now, Jim.
It's one. I'm seeing ones. It's Ticats -1 over under 43.
Ones in the market, and if I were to bet it, I'd bet the Elks.
If I'm seeing ones, I'm betting the Ticats. I'm taking the Ticats, dude. This is just an auto fate of Edmonton. They will find a way to lose this game, and they will lose by more than 1.
Gee, I'm just such a fucking loser mentality, dude.
They will find a way to lose. Give me the Ticats -1. I'm putting that in. Argos Alouettes. Argos are -5.5. Over under 48. +195 on the money line for the Alouettes.
You got Toronto coming off a big win.
And a bye, though.
And a bye. So a whole week of everyone telling them how good they are. Montreal coming off a bad loss. I'm going to take Montreal here plus the points.
I also kind of want to take Montreal plus the 5.5. Paul R in the chat's going with the Argos, though.
Good luck to you, Paul.
This is probably a stay away for me, actually. I would lean towards the Alouettes, but this is probably a stay away. I'm going to play the under 48.
Okay.
I'm going
Right.
to play the under 48 here. Bombers, Red Blacks, your biggest spread of the week. Bombers are minus 9.5. That's probably going to 10. And it's over under 44.5 right now.
Nothing. I just whatever. Nothing.
I'm going to play that under. I'm going to play that under.
Is there a team total posted yet?
Let's see. There might be. There might just be. Yep, team total. Which one do you want?
Ottawa.
16.5.
I take that under.
Minus 105.
I take that under.
Take that under. I'll join you in that. I will join you. Calgary Stampeders, Saskatchewan Roughriders. It is a pick 'em. The Roughriders are at home. The total is 44.5. I don't fucking know what to do with this game, dude.
I'll take Saskatchewan just because they're at home.
I would take the Riders because they're at home, and I trust neither of these teams. I would take Saskatchewan, though.
All right.
Yeah, I trust neither of them, so I want to just bet both of them.
You want to just bet both of them?
I want to fade both these teams. Any like overarching thoughts on the CFL so far this year, Eric?
We're
almost a third of the way through the season.
Lions better than we thought. Ottawa continues to disappoint. Toronto better than we thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise was how much like BC is the best team in the league, and they
by margin.
Toronto probably actually is because they beat BC by a lot, but that was 7 INTs in a game is just it's wonky.
But I mean, we need to remember, how can I word this? In the NFL, teams can make mistakes and still win the game.
I can't think of a team making that many mistakes.
In the CFL, every single game is always the team that makes more mistakes loses.
It really is. And I feel like because it's 3 down ball, you have to like every possession matters a little bit more.
Yep. And you don't have as much margin of error.
Yep. Because you only have 2 downs to get it. Realistically.
Yep.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. This week.
Honestly, the Elks are worse than I thought they would be as well.
They're really fucking bad.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
Like I thought they'd be bad. They are really bad.
They are really, really bad.
We move, Eric, to your favorite league, the league that you know everything about, the Indoor Football League. This is your specialty here. We take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. The playoffs are locked in basically for each conference. You have the Frisco Fighters, Mass Pirates, Quad City, Sioux Falls. Those are your playoff teams in the East. The Arizona Rattlers, Bay Area Panthers, Tucson Sugar Skulls, and your Northern Arizona Wranglers are your playoff teams in the West. Your Sugar Skulls are still alive, Eric. I believe there is a couple teams that need to – some of the games matter this week for like playoff home games.
Okay.
So we come into – there's 1 week left, Eric. There's 1 week left.
All right. Schedule and week by week regular season standings. Here we go.
Yeah, go by the standings. I'll break down. So week 17, we just had Sioux Falls take on Iowa. These scores are amazing, by the way. Sioux Falls beat Iowa 54-47. Quad City beat Green Bay 47-39. Tucson beat your Duke City Gladiators 59-51. Mass Pirates lost to the Northern Arizona Wranglers 37-32. And San Diego Strike Force lost to the Bay Area Panthers 75-40. So, Eric, we have the last week right here. I'm going to try and stream a couple of these games.
So I'm looking at it right now. I need to know who the Rattlers play and who the Panthers play.
Let's see. The Rattlers play the Wranglers.
The Rattlers
are at home.
Against who?
The Wranglers.
Okay. So the Rattlers win. I believe that means they get home field advantage, right?
I think so. I think they're sitting on home field right now.
No, they've only clinched.
They've clinched first round home game.
But the Frisco Fighters clinched the 1 seed. I don't know. Is this like
this is conference? This is East and West.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, if the Bay Area wins, who owns this tiebreak?
If the Bay Area wins, let's see.
So Bay Area
Panthers play the Duke City Gladiators. I think the Panthers might.
Because did they play when they Oh, they lost to Arizona.
So that Arizona, basically, if Arizona wins, then they get it. Basically, if Bay Area loses, I think Arizona gets the automatic.
Yeah, because they beat Arizona. They beat Arizona by 1, but on the road they lost to them by 7. So.
I think Arizona probably has the 1 seed locked up.
Yeah.
But here, we'll go through the games real quick. I just want you to pick winners, Eric. No spreads. Frisco Fighters, Iowa Barnstormers at Iowa.
Frisco Fighters, Iowa.
At the Iowa Barnstormers.
I'm going to take Iowa just because Frisco's probably going to try to keep everyone healthy.
They probably will, but I think Iowa's that bad. I'm going to go Frisco. Mass Pirates at the Sioux Falls Storm.
Mass Pirates.
They're probably playing for a home field. This probably determines whether they get a home field or not.
I'll take the Pirates.
I'm going to take Sioux Falls there.
Okay.
In Sioux Falls? Yeah. Quad City Steamwheelers at the Tulsa Oilers.
I'll take Quad City DJs.
I will also take Quad City. Vegas Nighthawks at your San Diego Strike Force. I believe this game does not matter to either team. It does not. They're both eliminated. Give me Vegas, I guess.
I'll do Vegas.
Green Bay Blizzard at Tucson Sugar Skulls. I'm going to take Tucson. How can you root against the Sugar Skulls?
Tucson's, what are they, 1-13?
No. Tucson's in the playoffs. The only team that's 1-13 is Tulsa.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tucson is 8-6, and Green Bay is 7-7.
I'll take Tucson. Sorry about that.
Northern Arizona Wranglers at the Arizona Rattlers.
I'll take the Rattlers.
That's a banger game. That's a good game.
Yeah.
Bay Area Panthers at Duke City. I'm going to go Bay Area Panthers.
I'll take the Bay Panthers too.
But the playoffs already locked in. It's dependent on who's going to get home field advantage besides your top 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Eric, over the pond to the ELF. Let's see how you did last week. So, Prague versus Leipzig. We made Leipzig a -4.5. You took Prague plus 4.5. Fun note: Leipzig actually folded. That team is no longer in the league. They basically forfeited the rest of their games. So really? They lose 35-0. So Prague wins this one 35-0 on the scoreboard. And me being the generous bookmaker that I am and not like a scrub, I would pay out the plus 4.5 that you took, Eric.
There you go, man. There you go.
Even though it was a forfeit, I'm paying out the plus 4.5.
Look at you. Look at you.
Shout out Cool Kev, by the way.
Man of the people. What up, Cool Kev?
Frankfurt Milano, Eric. We had Frankfurt -5.5 on the road. You took Milano plus the 5.5. They lost 40-33.
Oh, heartbreak hotel.
So it was probably a backdoor. Probably a backdoor right there. Okay, Barcelona versus Helvetic. Barcelona was the -3.5 point favorite. You took Helvetic plus 3.5. It was a tie, 19-19.
So that's a win.
That's a win. That's a cover.
That's a cover, baby.
2-1 right now, Eric.
Seeing the board.
So up next was Fehervar versus Berlin. We have Berlin as -4.5 at home. You took Fehervar plus the 4.5. They lost 6-60. 2-2. The Panthers were claw versus the Hamburg Sea Devils.
Yeah.
Panthers were -3.5. You took the Sea Devils +3.5. Sea Devils won outright 17-10. 3-2. 3-2, Eric.
Okay.
Munich at Rainfire. Rainfire was -7.5 at home.
Okay.
You took Rain minus the 7.5. They win it 39-25. So you covered that one too.
Cover machine, dude.
Seeing the board. Up next, we had Paris at Stuttgart. We had Stuttgart -6. You took the +6 with Paris. They lost 6-14.
Oh, heartbreak.
Close. Heartbreaker right there. Heartbreaker.
I mean, that's no 60-6, but
60-6 is wild. Last game was Vienna versus the Raiders. Vienna was -2.5 on the road. You took the Raiders +2.5. They lost 34-13. So, Eric, your first week of handicapping the ELF, you went 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You went 4-4.
So I lost money on the juice.
You lost money on the juice unless you took some money lines straight up.
No, didn't take any money lines, dude.
Absolutely fucking crazy. 60-6 is wild.
That is pretty crazy.
Okay, we are on to week 7. I'm just going to have you pick outrights this week, Eric.
Okay.
Leipzig Kings at Cologne Centurions. I like Cologne. It's a beautiful city. Beautiful city. I've been there before. Beautiful.
I never have, but I'll follow
Humble
your
brag.
lead.
Humble
I'll follow
brag.
your lead.
Panthers were claw at the Vienna Vikings.
I'll take the Vikings.
I'm also going to take the Vikings here. It looks like they have an off-brand Minnesota Vikings logo, by the way. The Raiders trio at the Barcelona Dragons. I'm rolling with the Dragons.
I'll take the Dragons too, my friend.
Berlin Thunder at the Prague Lions. I know
Give me
you're a
Prague.
Lions fan. I know you're a Lions fan. I'm going with Prague as well. The Milano Seamen at the Munich Ravens. Give me the Seamen. Splash a little Seamen on me.
I'll take the Seamen.
Hamburg Sea Devils at the Frankfurt Galaxy. I'm rolling with the Sea Devils. I think they're the only account. I think they follow me on Twitter.
Look at you, dude. Look at you.
Repping the Sea Devils.
Look at you.
The Rainfire at the Paris Musketeers. I'm going Rainfire. I love the name Rainfire. It works so well.
I like it too.
The Stuttgart Surge at the Helvetic Guards. I am taking Helvetic. I'm taking the Guards.
I like it.
All righty, folks. That'll do it for Spring Fever. I might stream a little indoor football league this week. We got some big games coming up.
If I'm around, I'll be there.
Might be a busy Saturday.
Nice little Saturday. Nice little Saturday.
Streaming some indoor football league, streaming some CFL watch along. It'll be a good time. Everyone pop in. Eric, where can the people find you?
At ETOP21 Sports on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Threads. I'm on Threads now.
Oh yeah, what do you think of Threads?
I think it's basically just Zuck trying to F with Elon, but
I think it's like bare bones worst Twitter.
Yeah, but I like it.
I like it enough. Y'all know where to find me. XFL Gym everywhere. Make sure you guys go check out Royal Retros and use promo code SpringFever for 10% off all items in store. Get your best retro style baseball, football, hockey, basketball gear. They got it all. They got it all at Royal Retros.
They got it all, dude. If you're not at Royal Retros, you are missing out, my friend.
Exactly. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week for another episode of Spring Fever.